Here we are at Edgefest 2012. What a day. It's sunny, the music is great, and the people are half naked. As always, when that happens, we're going to go try to talk to them. What are you looking forward to most, or at least maybe
Billy
you've seen
fucking
already?
Talent.
Billy Talent, of course.
Billy Talent's my favorite.
Billy Talent, are you kidding me?
You've played Downsby Park before. How does this compare?
This is going to be much better than we played last. Actually, this is the third time we've played it because we did Edgefest before here, and it rained, but that show was awesome. Then we did the heavy Toronto show, and that was okay. We played a good show, but the crowd was kind of more into Slayer. And then this will be amazing because there's 17,000 people here or something like that. So,
Other than yourselves, who are clearly superior, who's your favorite band on the bill?
I wouldn't say that, but the band that's playing right now by far is my favorite on the bill.
Death from Above. You know what? They're getting shout-outs from everybody today. Silversun Pickups loves them, and you guys love them.
Death from Above. I saw them 7 or 8 years ago at the Cathedral in Toronto when they were like just the biggest independent underground band in the world.
Death from Above, 1979.
How do you feel about them?
I feel really great about them. To be honest, I haven't thought about them in a long time, and I remember really being a big fan. And I'm so happy that they're playing, even though I'm not watching them.
Were you also there?
We're blaming you.
That's entirely my fault. Well, actually, I'm not liable for anything. You have to director complaints.
There are two things that we gave up for you: Death from Above and dinner. So you're welcome.
Oh my goodness! And this is.
I'm starving too.
What are you hearing in there? What's in there?
I'm hearing you, and myself and everybody. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. He's picking my ears. I never thought I'd get my ears picked by Silversun Pickups.
Well,
it's pretty
sad
awesome.
That your dreams are so small. All you gotta do is call me. I'll pick that shit out.
No problem. How are you guys enjoying the day? The sunny, hot, muggy, sticky.
You know what? To be honest, it's not as bad as people. I think people are really nervous about how hot it could be, and I don't think it's that bad.
It's very hot. I wore 2 T-shirts today. I had a white one on, and now that the sun's kind of going down, I've put a black one on.
Like, we've been here before where it's insane.
Yeah, but you guys are LA kids, right?
We don't have humidity. No. So you guys win. Like, your hair is always fucked up, but your skin looks amazing.
Well, thank you. I'll take your hair looks pretty. It's pretty.
Well, I don't know. I have handlers.
That's post rock show hair though.
Post-rock.
That is.
That's what I tell my wife every time I wake up. I go, babe, post rock.
Yeah. Well, that's why you don't have to
my whole style is called the get up and go. And if I wake up and I look over in the mirror and I go, oh shit, I guess I have to deal with this today. Sometimes you wake up and you go, oh, I'm pleasantly touched. I'm pleasantly touched how I'll be today. Maybe I will go out.
What do you call that right there?
This mug,
that over there,
this mop, this crazy mop.
Give it a name.
The anime.
The mop deluxe. How about that?
Sounds expensive.
Yeah, ask how they get their hair to.
I think you're good.
I think I'm halfway there. It looks like they've got a couple of years on me on that one.
Yeah. No, I think I like the whole. I think there's a lot of hair like here and also there.
Yeah, everywhere.
I think you have it's consistent at least.
Chewbacca jeans.
Yeah, consistent like your record actually. I was gonna say like your record is very full sounding, and it's very melodic but lyrical as well. Yeah. Take me through a bit of the writing process. Like, how do you do that? Because it's like to tug on these heartstrings so profoundly. How does it happen?
The last record we wrote over a couple of years period. It pretty much came to a head when we moved to Hollywood together, and we all lived in a very small apartment. And Fran and I lived upstairs in a loft, which was also our jam area, and we just kind of grinded it out, and it was a huge learning experience for us. At this point we've kind of come full circle after that record cycle, and we're writing again, and this time we're writing, and it's very different. We learned a lot from that record, and we're trying to take the elements that we thought were really good, but for us it's pretty tarnished with things that we are not so fond of anymore, so we're trying to step away from that but take away what I think people really enjoyed from that record. So I'm excited to do the next one. The writing process with this can be crazy, so it's kind of just adapting to where it is, and right now it's in a really strong place. So I'm kind of excited to get home and finish doing that record.
Your new album that you guys are working on, it's I think about to come out or has come out, or
we just finished it on Thursday. It needs to be mastered, but it comes out in September.
So give us a little preview. What are we expecting?
It's called Dead Silence. Viking Death March is out there now, and that's kind of a decent representative of what the album is like. But it's awesome. It's the best record we've made. I can honestly say that comfortably. It's fucking the best.
Some people say that it might be a little poppier.
I don't know. There's a couple of songs that are lean towards the poppy edge of things, but I don't really care what people say.
Is this Edgefest and like doing shows in Toronto, is that a homecoming for you of sorts, like Toronto, being Toronto boys and like being revered in Toronto?
Of course. The first Edgefest we played, was at Molson Park, and we had to set up the third stage just to play, and at like 11 o'clock in the morning. So for us, this is incredible. 10 years, actually about 12 years later, to be able to headline, and Toronto's, it's our hometown, and it's a big show for us today.
Full circle, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's good to be in Canada for 2 days.
Yeah, you've been in Canada a few times already. Mm-hmm. You've played just even recently. You've played a few gigs. How do you like the Canadian audience compared to your homeland?
Canadians have always been really receptive to us, and it's nice to kind of get away from the States a little bit. We've had a chance to tour on the East Coast and British Columbia too, and it's a gorgeous country, good food, nice people.
Absolutely. I think so anyway. We actually really love you guys here. I'm sure you've noticed. How do you like the reception that you've gotten so far at Edgefest, and what do you think of the crowd over here?
It's been great. I mean, we played Blues Fest yesterday in Ottawa, and now we're here today in Toronto, and it's great. Everyone has been super receptive. We had a little bit of a funny set today, but it was so good. People kind of pulled us through it, so it was good. They've got our backs, I think.
I don't know if you know this, but Toronto and Ottawa have a bit of a rivalry going on. So let's settle this once and for all. Who has the better fans, over here or in Ottawa yesterday?
Oh, I'm not going to say because that's not fair. Last night was a very special show. And then today it was just a cluster. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But we pulled through. I enjoyed it. Just we've got a really weird sleep schedule going on at the moment just because we flew from California, which is obviously a little bit of a time difference, but we've all been going to bed at like 5 a.m. So to wake up and play at 3, which sounds ridiculous, was a little weird. So yesterday won, but we've had some good shows in Toronto. I'm trying to dig myself out of a hole here on this one.
You've been around for a while, and you've grown and matured, like you said.
Matured.
And, yeah. So, look at you playing like
look
crazy
at that.
festivals and stuff
Yeah,
like that. I remember listening. Thank you.
Yeah. Let me let your feet.
These guys are.
It would be so awesome is if you did that. The little steam went. Can you guys? Like
let's
in Adobe
Effects,
or After Effects.
Make a little thing, and then Jägermeister.
Your camera girl is so serious. Look at her.
I know. She doesn't know what to do. She's never been in this.
Master shot.
Anyway, tell me.
Okay, sorry.
Tell me how it feels to be like playing this kind of stuff.
Horrible.
How do you like Canadian fans?
Whatever.
Because I heard you on the stage going, you guys.
It's true.
So,
it is true.
You're gushing.
How do we like Canadian fans? I can't actually answer that question because that question doesn't make any sense.
Us here today. Edgefest 2012.
Canadian, like when people do say that, like, what about how's it like in Canada? Like it's the moon. I'm like, well, it's a lot like where we're from, except kind of prettier and nicer.
And humider.
To be out here, yeah. Not in Kamloops, not in Van Condo they call it. I'm going to call Toronto some sort of condo thing too because man, the condos are just shooting up left and right. Toronto.
That's good.
First of all, Christopher has insane family here. So
half of the people out there are my cousins.
It's true.
Seriously.
If you were to kidnap me and I played a show and I went backstage and there were 60 Filipino people walking around, I would know we were in Toronto.
Yeah, you feed off the audience, and it's like most bands get daunted by smaller crowds or crowds that are really uninterested with like if a crowd, like if there's 10 people in the room or like the crowd doesn't know the songs, like some band people get weird, like artists just get like, I don't want to say offended, but they don't really want to give it their all. For us, we actually go on overdrive. So if like the crowd isn't responsive or there's a small contingent of people, we actually go for the jugular. to the extreme. But where it's a giant show, where it's like, you know, like the entire audience knows all the lyrics, you can just play the songs and have fun with them, and just go song,
everyone's gonna go crazy
and everyone just goes crazy, and that's what they came for. Whereas with a new crowd, like, you really got to go like the other way.
Blow them away.
Yeah.
Improve yourself a bit.
Yeah.
You've been together for quite a few years before you hit it big, and then all of a sudden this year you've exploded, or last year, and it must be a very sudden, major difference in how your lifestyle goes, and even how you perform and stuff like that. You go from tiny venues to Edgefest with whatever it is, 40, 50,000 people here. So, you know, how do you adapt?
Well, at first I think it was at a good pace. I mean, I see a lot of bands just like blow up and like get to like this level straight away, and for us we kind of worked through playing the small shows and moving up in room sizes, and that really kind of tailored us to be ready for this, I guess. I know we're comfortable, and the difference is just like the crowd is a little further away from you, so maybe nowadays we try and find that kind of connection within each other, because we used to play shows where people would be at my feet, and that was fun, and that's a different energy. So like I said, everything's different, and everything has its pros and cons.
Everything is changing pretty rapidly. So what's next for Young Giant?
We're gonna finish this little run off, and then back into writing, and some time off to just do that and record in November and December. So I can't wait, really. I'm really, really looking forward to just relaxing a little bit. It's been very, very taxing the last 2 years. So. Yeah.
When you do get bigger, you get asked by a lot of people like for advice, and that's a funny thing, because we never actually see ourselves bigger.
Really?
So
you're playing to 40,000 people.
Yes, I know, and it's not some false. I know how false modesty is annoying and stuff like that, and we're not trying to do that. But we have our heads so in the sand of all the things that we are doing, and when we do these things, and this hasn't. For NECA, our new record, we've been doing these one-offs and shooting around. We were just in Alaska, and we just came over here. I don't know why Canada doesn't own Alaska. It's so weird. When people ask us what Alaska's like, we're like, it's like Canada. It's beautiful. Why if they take American money? But
it used to be Russia, by the way. Speaking of Russia,
I know, and we bought it from Russia. Why didn't you guys buy it from Russia?
I don't know.
Oh wait, no, you did.
Why
did we buy it from you?
Why would you buy it? Yeah, because I sold it to you. That's why.
Damn straight. Nice job. Probably won. Alaska's, yeah. But we tonight was actually one of those, or today was one of those days where we were looking around and looking at the crowd, and it's overwhelming, but not in a bad way. It's people talk about being humbled by things, and normally I didn't understand that when people said that, but you really are, because I think we're a band that exists understanding of the luck that we have, and I know that we work hard, and I know we try to make music the way we like it, but that doesn't necessarily mean any of this. Like, there's no equation of how it all works. We do everything the way we want to do it, and normally that's a disaster. And for some reason, we don't understand why, but we've been super lucky. And today was one of those days where we looked around and went, oh my God, I can't believe this. Like, this is our third record in, and every record we make, we think it's done. We're just going to go back to clubs, which we love playing, and we'll be totally happy to do that. And when Swoon came out, our last record, we thought, that's it. We're going to go back to clubs and we're going to play those things. And it's just, things got bigger. And now we're doing Neck of the Woods, and we thought, that's it for sure. It'll never get bigger than that. And we, something like today is when we realized, like, I don't know what it is that we did to deserve it, but we're so grateful.
It'll be interesting to see what it's like all these years later, and not in like a small environment, like a giant. There's going to be like 15,000 people watching them, right? Billy Talent, like, we respect that band. They're sort of like, I don't want to say mentors. Yeah, they're like better. They're just like a band we look up to. Like, I remember like 3 years ago we played a festival in Edmonton called Sonic Boom, and Ben from Billy Talent ran into Ash backstage. And Ash introduced himself, and Ben knew everything about us. He's like, congratulations, I've been following your story. Like, keep it going. You guys are great. And like, it's hearing that, like, when you're at home and you're like, wow, I just made Rent, and like now I'm gonna roof, and I've got a voiceover audition, and I've got 4 shows in a row, and I can't like come home, and when I get home I'm gonna be tired, but I gotta go roof again. And you hear that Ben Kowalowitz like complimenting you like that, like it's like, this is why we do it.
Well, we really hope that you come back to Canada as soon as your new album is ready. We can't wait to hear it, and hopefully you tour here next year. Edgefest 2013, how do you feel?
It's good. We'll see you West Coast Canada next month, and then see you next year.
Hopefully. We have Edgefest, and we have you guys.
Yeah.
And that's all we need. So Toronto's lucky. Here at Edgefest 2012, and we're just gearing up for your set, buddy. So thank you very much. Go practice and have a good time.